Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something really fun. I'm going to be reading anything but ARCs for 24 hours. So in case you don't know, ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy, which is when an author will send you a free copy of a book to read before it's released so you can review it and everything as like part of their marketing. So since these are ARCs, these were given to me for free. Just a disclaimer, this will not, of course, change how I feel about the books or anything. The author, even in their email, said, hey, be as honest as you need to be. It's peachy keen. So I'm going to read these all day. Hopefully I'll get through one of them. I'll probably get through, there's one of them that says novella, and I'll probably get through that one because it's pretty short. The other one is about 400 something pages, and so I'm not getting through that today. So the ARCs that I have are Misbooked for Love and Over the Edge. Both these were given to me by the author for free as a digital download kind of thing, where they send me an email that has the file in it, I download it, and I upload it to my Kindle. So some ARCs are in print copy. Some people will get like a print copy, but I only got the downloaded ones. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book is Misbooked for Love, which is about a woman and man who get booked in the same hotel room during a vacation or something. I would imagine during Valentine's Day, because it's advertised as a Valentine's Day novella. So let's go ahead and get started. Here are some of the tropes that were listed for this book. So I've been reading for a while now, and I've gotten to the misbooked part of Misbooked for Love. And so what happens is Clara and Tom are both booked in the same villa at a ski lodge resort thing for Valentine's Day weekend. She's there for 2 weeks. I think he's there. I don't think I've gotten to the part where it says how long he's going to be there for. I think a weekend. And or maybe a long weekend. I'm not really sure. I'll say one of the things I did like was how she proves, I don't want to give any spoilers, but how she proves that's her room also to him. I like how she thought on her feet a little bit. Like, I don't think I would have thought of that in that kind of situation. I've been like too flabbergasted. I'd be apologizing and backing out, not thinking, wait, this is my room. I have the right to be here, and actually think of a way to prove it in that moment. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I'm level-headed enough for that. And then another thing is the situation, of course, is not very realistic. I mean, it's a book, you know, give it a little leeway here, but it made me think, I'm not sure what a hotel would actually do in the situation. So what happens is, like I said, they're both booked in the same room by accident on a very busy weekend. There's nothing else available in the area. What would a hotel actually do? So in the book, they're of course gonna have to share the room, forced proximity and everything, and then fall in love and all that fun stuff. But in the real world, what would the hotel do? They would, of course, you know, give you your money back. They would at least have to do that, I would feel like. But like, what would they do? They can't make you share a room with a stranger. That's not exactly safe. Not to mention, you paid for a room. You're getting half a room. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, there's nothing else there. Are you gonna have to like fly back home? Because she flew to the location. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he flew or not, but she flew there. And are they gonna like pay for your plane ticket for you to fly home and suddenly you don't have a vacation? Like, what if you booked other stuff while you're there and you can't get those refunds? Like, what would the hotel do? I'm not really sure. I've never been in this situation, obviously. And then one thing that is also like a little bothering me, just a smidge, is that she seems to instantly dislike him far more than their situation like warrants. Like, so they have okay, spoiler. So if you don't want to hear how they originally meet, skip this part. But So they bump into each other literally in the lobby before all this drama happens. And he's on his phone talking to, I think, his ex-wife or something. And so he kind of like doesn't register what's going on because he's, you know, upset about his ex-wife and everything. And then she actually bumps into him, and he doesn't apologize or something. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I had to, like, when she brings it up later, I have to like go back and like, wait, did that actually happen? I don't remember that. But like, she dislikes him so much. You think he like kicked her puppy or something. Like, she dislikes him so much for that, and I just don't think that's worth that level of venom from her, honestly. Like, I'm not sure if this is being marketed like as like enemies to lovers, and it's supposed to be the enemies to lovers part, because if so, that's weak. But I don't know, maybe it's just dislike to lovers, maybe, because that seems fair. That's honestly what I feel like most enemies of lovers actually is anyway. It's just dislike, strong dislike to lovers, really, which is one of the things I don't love about that trope. But it just seems like every time she says anything, like, not mean, because she's not really overtly mean, but it's just like where she clearly doesn't like him, I'm just like, honey, he bumped into you. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. But I'm only like, I think 15-16% of the way in, so maybe more will happen, maybe there'll be more to it. I really don't know. But I am enjoying it so far. The characters are interesting and they're pretty likable so far. We don't have a whole lot with Tom yet. It's mostly in Clara's point of view, so it's mostly her dialogue, her thoughts, and everything like that. But from what little of Tom we have heard or seen, he seems to really like her instantly. He likes her about as much as she dislikes him, it seems. But so far, this seems like a pretty solid read. I'm pretty excited to read the rest of it. So the main female character just opened the refrigerator door and is surprised to find food. And I'm just thinking, then why did she open the refrigerator door if she didn't think there's gonna be food in there? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. So my original plan was to take a break from Misbooked for Love for a little bit and read the other arc that I have, Over the Edge. However, for some reason it won't go on my Kindle. I really don't understand why. So how it works is you get a EPUB file and then you just upload it to your Kindle through Amazon's website. It's super easy. I've never had a problem before until now. So what happens is I can see the little, like the cover of the book in my library on my Kindle, but when I click on it and it starts queuing, it will say downloading 1% and then instantly like blink, and then it will start all over again, and it'll be as if I never clicked on it in the first place. It's so weird. So I've already tried deleting it. I guess I'm not sure if it's actually deleting it since it's not actually on my Kindle yet. It won't even queue up or download, but I deleted it according to the Kindle. And I tried uploading it again and it's still doing the same thing. So I'm not sure what to do. Next, I'm gonna try turning my Kindle all the way off and then turning it on like I would my iPhone, see if that helps. And I'm gonna try a few other little things that I can think of. And then I'm gonna like Google the problem, see if anyone else has had the same problem and what maybe they found a fix for it. And if all else fails, I'll have to call Amazon customer support. So cross your fingers I get this figured out, because I don't have to call customer support. I really don't. That's never a good time. So it took a few tries, but I finally got the book on my Kindle. So I don't know what I did to make it work. I basically just threw everything at the wall and kind of just waited for something to stick. So, but it works now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading it. Ah, this one has a playlist. That's cool. I usually can't focus on reading if I'm hearing a bunch of anything with words in the background. Like I can listen to instrumental music that has no words to it. That's okay. But anything with words in it, I don't know why, it just really distracts me really bad. So as cool as it is when they have playlists, I really don't ever use them while I'm reading. So I think it's interesting. In this book, Over the Edge, the main male character is being forced to take 2 weeks off from work to take a vacation and recoup and everything. And I think it's interesting because of in Misbooked for Love, the main female character is taking 2 weeks off from work to recoup and rest and everything from work and everything. And I think that's interesting. It's very similar for 2 random books. Not really much to it, just thought it was interesting. So Over the Edge is a second book in a series, and I kind of forgot about that while I'm reading it. It seems like a perfectly standalone book. It doesn't matter that I've not read the first one, or at least so far. I'm only in chapter 3 right now, but so far it doesn't seem like it's a problem at all that I've not read the first one, which is really nice. I've done this before by accident with the When in Rome series. I accidentally read the second book in that series first, and then I read this first book in that series second, and then the third book just came out a couple days ago. And those books were you can tell what the first book was about, kind of, in those. This one so it's about these this boy band or something that's broken up and everything like that. And the main female character mentions all the boys in the boy band. She goes over them briefly and their personalities or whatever they're doing. And she does mention that one of them is happily married or something. So I'm okay, that must have been the guy from the first book, I guess. But other than that, there's really not much that I feel I'm missing from not having read the first book. So I guess what is it called when they do that? I think it's a standalone, not a standalone. Because that's when there is no other book. Maybe a series, interconnected maybe, novel maybe? I don't know. I'm sure there's a word for it, but I can't remember what it is right now. So as much as I would love to be able to read all day, I do have other things I gotta do. So I'm gonna take a break from reading for a little bit and go run some errands and do some house cleaning and things like that. So it's a few hours later now, and all of the stuff I have to do today is done. I can just focus on reading now. So makeup off, bra off, contacts out, pajama pants on, robe on. I even have a cup of hot cocoa right here. In one of my favorite mugs. So now I am ready to read until I get at least the novella done. That's my goal. I want to at least get the novella done. I have read enough of Over the Edge already that I'm really liking it a lot. And I actually looked up and added the first book in the series to my TBR on, I think, Storygraph. And I'm not sure if I found it on Goodreads or not yet. But I really like it a lot so far. Even though I'm I think I'm in chapter 3 or something. I normally don't like stories where one of them is a musician because that's not really something I enjoy usually. Sort of like how I get really annoyed now every time I read a book where the female main character is a baker. I don't know why. That annoys me now. I've read it so many times. I don't know why. If the guy is the baker, then I'm okay. They're not going to do the same annoying little tropes and little quirks and things like you do when it's a woman that's baking. But still, I'm going to be hesitant. When in Rome was the only exception to that. But still. Anyway, let's go and get started. All right, red flag alert. So I've gotten pretty far into the book now. I've gotten to the first kiss scene. She thinks he's taken. And she still goes for it? I'm sorry. What? Like, she even, like, while she's kissing him, she's thinking, oh, he's taken. I shouldn't be doing this or whatever. And I'm like, then don't. Like, I'm sorry. That's kind of an ick for me. Even if, like, later he clears it up, it's like, oh, no, I'm not taken or whatever. And then they, like, that's when she's like, okay, we can go ahead and take this into, like, the next step where we're actually having a relationship or whatever. She still initiated and, like, was okay with kissing him when she thought he was taken, maybe even married or whatever. Oh, I don't like that. So now she agreed to go on a date with him on Valentine's Day while still thinking he's married or dating someone. Like, come on. I mean, I know he's not. We all know he's not. But she doesn't know that. So now I've got to the part where they both, like, it's the vacation's over and they've gone back to their normal lives and everything. And Clara is hanging out with a friend of hers, Sophia, who is finally telling her everything that I've been wanting to tell Clara. Well, just about everything that I've been wanting to tell Clara throughout this book. And it's just such a relief. And it's like, finally, someone's talking some sense into her, or trying to. So I just finished Misbooked for Love. I went ahead and took my glasses off because the reflection of my ring light in my glasses on the camera was really bothering me. I've already done like 3 takes and I just couldn't take it. So I just decided to go with not being able to see at all. So bear with me if my eyes kind of like wander around. I can't see anything. Anyway, so I just finished Misbooked for Love. I really liked it. There were some pros and cons though. One of the cons, as I mentioned, was her kissing him and agreeing to go on a date with him on Valentine's Day when she thought he was like taken or married or something. Huge ick. No go. One of the pros, oddly, is the third act breakup. Normally, if a book has that, that's insta, like, take off 1 star. Like, I really do not like those. I think they're never well written. However, this time is the exception to the rule. I thought it was really well done. I think it made perfect sense. Honestly, if it didn't have the third act breakup, I think the story would be less realistic, honestly. Because there is no intersection of their lives outside of that one hotel room they both got booked into by accident. The Venn diagram of their lives does not intersect at all, except for in that one little area. So them never speaking to each other again after that would make sense, quite honestly. So like, he lives in New York and then she lives, I think, in like Buenos Aires or something. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. Probably not. She's a flight attendant. He does stuff with like horses and stuff like that. There is no reason their lives would like intersect with each other ever again. And so it would make sense if they never saw each other after this point. So honestly, if they stayed together, even though they only known each other for like 10 days and like moved their lives around, like basically moved mountains to make it where they could be together after just 10 days, that would be unrealistic. But the fact that they went their separate ways, like normal, back to their normal lives, really, and the way they came back together, I don't want to spoil it, but the way they came back together, I think also made the most sense for their story. I think that was just really well done. I'm not sure what star rating I'm going to give this, just because of the few cons that there are in the book. There aren't that many. They're just ones that really annoy me and really bother me a lot. Like, the main one, of course, as I mentioned, is her thing and she's cheating. But the other one is the enemies to lovers. I say that with air quotes because of they're not enemies to lovers. That's not what this is. That's what it wants to be, but that's not what it is. What it is two people are upset at the hotel for the situation and they're being really grumpy about it, understandably, being focused on the other person in the situation because they're the only people that the two characters are interacting. Like, they don't really talk or hang out with anyone else. So you only get to really see them being grumpy and angry at each other, really. And it is mostly her. Like, I wouldn't even like classify this as like dislike to lovers, which is what I think most enemies to lovers actually is, by the way. I think most enemies to lovers is really just strong dislike to lovers, because I think if they were real enemies, it would be kind of weird for them to become lovers afterwards. Like, romantasy books are like, I think, the worst about this, where they're like, oh, he killed her father and now they're in love. I'm like, I'm sorry. Excuse me? Now that is true enemies to lovers. Like, that is true enemies. But I'm not sure realistically you can forgive someone for something like that. You know? Whereas this is the opposite side of that kind of same coin, where they're enemies or disliking each other for not good reasons at all. I honestly could probably just rant about how enemies to lovers is treated in books for like forever, and I'm just, that's not what this video is about. So now that I'm done with this one, I'm going to read a little bit of the other book, Over the Edge, until it's time for my husband and I to start doing our nighttime routine, where we kind of just do all our word puzzles, because we do the Wordle and we do plus word every night before we go to bed. When it's time to start doing that stuff and, you know, winding down, I'll have to stop reading for tonight, and that'll be the end of my 24 hours. So the glasses are off again, so now it's time for me to give you like a brief overview of what I've been reading, because it's time for my husband and I to go start doing our nighttime routine to start winding down. We have a few episodes of Arcane left. I know, we're so behind. We have like 2 episodes left, so we're gonna go watch those and then do our word puzzles like we do every night, and then go to bed. So this is all the reading for today. I got a lot of reading done. I finished the novella, and I've gotten a pretty good ways done with the Over the Edge book. I actually got a lot further in than I thought I would. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I can't remember if I mentioned it already or not, but I went ahead and added the first book in this series to my TBR list on Storygraph, because I actually do want to read it now. I didn't think I would like the boy band like kind of story arc of this, but I'm actually really enjoying it way more than I thought I would. The only thing is, like, it's a little confusing is the female main character has like an alter ego musician kind of thing, where she has another name, and that was a little confusing at first. Like, I didn't realize that's what was going on. I thought it was another character, and like I had to reread like one of the chapters to like understand what was going on. But other than that, I'm really enjoying it a lot. So I'll probably be finishing that over the next couple days. But that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and comment any books you think I should read next. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!